Hello guys, welcome back. This is the stage that we left our speaker in. Sorry. As I said, in okay, sorry about that. As I said at the end of the last part, in this part we're gonna start modeling the speakers. So we're gonna start modeling the biggest speaker, the one at the top and the one at the bottom. And well, basically they are the same mesh, just cloned. And then we're gonna model the one of the tweeters. Okay, so sorry. Let's see now. We need to move this over to the case layer, and okay, this is the back, so we're gonna move it to the case layer. We're gonna delete one of the empty layers, and now we're gonna copy this one over to a new mesh item. We're gonna hide this one in the case because we're only gonna be focusing on that. Now the resolution of the screen grab is not that big, but anyway, I have an image here that we're gonna use to model the speaker. So just drag and drop that one in the viewport. It's gonna default to front. So let's try and center it best we can. Reckon that's okay. We're gonna hide all the other reference images, and actually this needs to be a bit bigger. I'm sorry, a bit smaller. It doesn't really matter the size of it because we are gonna rescale the speaker after we model it. This is probably the hardest part of this tutorial, this speaker. So first of all, I'm not gonna follow this reference image that close, meaning that I'm gonna improvise, and you can do the same. It's no big deal. Okay, so first of all, looks like the speaker is, oh, oops, that keyboard thingy. Okay, so basically we need to remember that the okay, the actual hole of the speaker is this big. Which means that we have to model our speaker a bit bigger than this. So we're going to switch over to item mode, and we're just going to scale these. Sorry. So we're gonna scale this a bit up, kind of like that, and then we're gonna scale this one too, kind of like that. Okay. Now, one thing you need to know is this side is basically the same with this one, so we're gonna make a cut using slice right in the middle, but make sure you turn on your snapping to grid, just so you know you're cutting through the middle. Okay, and we can delete. Sorry. Yeah, I think. Yeah, we have some double faces here. No, looks like we don't. Okay, so let's repeat the process. Okay, and now we're gonna start and do some stuff. Actually, before you delete half of it, first of all, we are gonna need to extrude this just a little bit. Actually, we're gonna bevel it. Make sure you turn off your grid snapping, okay, and group polygons, because we want to extrude both faces, okay, and maybe like that. I don't know. Let's just check with the ref image. Okay, so that's okay for now. It may be a bit outwards. Okay, just like that. And now I think this one should be kind of like this. Maybe a bit more in. Okay. To activate the tool after you already made your bevel, just hold down Shift and click once in the viewport. Okay. Okay. Now, since we got this one done, we're gonna detach this, Control X and Control V, and we're gonna hide it. Now let's check how this is gonna smooth out. So it's smoothing out all right. Now we have to make the cuts in this place. So we're gonna use the cut tool, I'm sorry, the edge slice tool, which is C on the keyboard. Okay, and we're gonna try and keep quads as much as we can. Okay, so I'm gonna use the drag weld tool here just to get those verts welded. Okay, and I'm gonna use it again here, and now I'm gonna drag weld the vertices, and I'm gonna move this one. Make sure your action center is set to local. Okay, and that should be okay. I don't think we lost too much of our roundness here. It's still gonna be round. Okay, probably this one can go a bit that way, and like that. Okay, now that this is the shape here is done, we're gonna have to copy it to a new layer because we're gonna need it as a start for this arch, or whatever you want to call it, that goes around. So I just hid that layer, and now I'm gonna make a bevel of this inside, kind of like that. Okay. And now we're gonna give this speaker some thickness, maybe just like that. That should be okay. Let's see how this smooths out. Okay, it's looking good. And now we're gonna add some support edges right away to make sure everything is smooth and sharp at the same time. Okay, I think this should be enough. Okay, and we're gonna need to add a bunch of these edges outside. Okay, that should be okay. Okay. So that looks good. Maybe not as smooth as we want it, so we're gonna add more. Okay, that looks okay. So now that we have our base here, we're gonna start creating this um, this arch. One thing we forgot to do, actually it's an error in the design that we did here, is that actually I'm just gonna undo a couple of steps here. Okay. Thing is that this piece here needs to be flat out. So we're gonna drag weld this here and this here, and then we're gonna have to move this to match. Okay, that looks okay. Now we're gonna have to give this more. Oops. We're gonna have to give this a bit more thickness, just like that. Okay. Now we're gonna repeat the process of adding the support edges. Make sure everything is sharp, because this is actually a metal piece, so we want things to be rather sharp. Okay. Okay. Not quite happy with the thickness of this part. Okay, but I think I fixed it. Okay, so now it looks great. One thing we need to do is, see, we're getting these sharp edges here. We need to actually move them. So we're gonna do that using a edge slide and move it out of the way so that it's not sharp. Okay, we're gonna have to do it to this one too. I think we need to do it like that. Okay, it's not that sharp anymore. Repeat the process on the other side. Okay, that should be okay. Okay, now this here, I think we can fix by adding an edge right there. Okay, now it looks good. Now, since we modified a bit that piece, we're gonna have to copy the polygons over. Okay, and we're gonna switch the action center to local. We're gonna slide this out just a tiny bit like that. Although, yeah, it's on level with the other with these polygons, but we're gonna fix that later on after we model the arch here. So I'm just gonna model this. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I have my phone close to the PC, and I don't know if you heard it, but I did. Okay, so we're gonna edge extend this one, except that we need to change our action sender to automatic. Okay, so we're gonna move this one right up here. Oh boy. Sorry again. So we're gonna have to move these accordingly. Okay, probably like that. And now this is a bit bent, kinda. Let me just check my perspective. Okay, so this is inward, like that. Okay, and we're gonna add two more segments, and we're gonna move this up. I'm sorry, outward, and kind of like that, but I'm not too happy with the curve here. Okay, that should work. And now I think we're gonna add more segments here. Actually, I think we're better off using slice. Okay. And right now I'm just gonna try and move these according to my ref here. We're just gonna make it plainer at first, and we're gonna tweak the shape later. Okay. And this could probably go like that. Okay. Now let's make sure these are aligned. And we're gonna make it like here. Actually, we can actually delete those. Change this to half. Okay, I don't think that's half, but okay. And then we can mirror it. Oops, did something there. Okay, and now I think we can use one more segment right there. Okay. And now this is gonna go in, kind of like that, maybe too much. Okay. And that's gonna be our slope. Okay. Same for this. And this point here is gonna go like that. Okay. And now we're gonna move all this a bit more in. Okay. Okay, that should work. I'm just trying to view it from more than one angle, just to make sure everything is looking how I want it to look. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to the front, and actually we forgot to make these match. So now we're gonna start adding some thickness to this piece. We're gonna use thicken for this one, and that's too much. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna delete those. And I'm gonna have to fix that. And here, this piece here is actually a bit thinner than the rest, so we're just gonna scale it a little bit. Okay, and now we're gonna have to fix these so they go into their designated slot. Okay, maybe we need to rotate them. Doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to look good. And now we're gonna add the support edges. So this here needs to actually be a bit sharp. So we're gonna add a bevel there. I think we need to add it with roundness level of 1. Okay. And we're gonna do the same. Okay. It looks like here we have a small problem, but we can fix it very fast. Doesn't matter if it's a bit twisted. Okay, because now we can select all of them. And, well, actually, we don't need to select all of them. We just need to select the parts, the upper parts there, because they are the ones that don't fit. Okay. And this one, actually, we should do it in smoothed mode. Oops. Damn keyboard changes. Okay. Let's just add an edge there and see how this looks. Okay. I think it's a bit close in this area, so we're gonna have to fix it. Okay. And we now need to bring these in. I think that was too much. And this should look okay. Okay, it's too close right here. Okay. almost there. It's kind of a tedious process. Okay, I think that looks okay. And now we just need to fix the top part here. So, we're gonna do the same thing. Okay. That's okay. I think this part here is a bit too close. And I think, yeah. So we're gonna have to move this one up here. And it should be okay. And it is. Okay. Let's just fix this by bringing this like that. We want the that sharp angle to be the same. Okay. So that's looking good for now, except for the bottom part, which obviously needs to go up like that. Okay. Now that that's done, let's take an overall look. Yeah, maybe it's not looking exactly like the ref image, but it's looking okay. So, although the sharp angle does not continue on that piece there, on that arch, I like it how it looks right now. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now, a thing that we need to do is make sure that this is gonna have the right track, because right now we don't want it to go that way. We want it to go another way, and we're gonna give it that way. Actually, we're gonna use it like this. Okay. And we're gonna join these two verts. Okay. Okay. I think that's rounding quite fine. Yep, it is. Now, one thing we need to do is this edge right here is sharp. So to make it sharp, we're gonna have to add some support edges, and I think that one over there is not going to be enough, so we're going to have to manually add one right there. So 97, 3, 3, 3. I think 3 is going to be a bit too sharp. Okay. And we're going to bring one down here and there. there, and there. And there. And I think from here on we can probably use slice. Okay. And we're gonna have to remove this part through here, I think. Oops. No, I'm gonna undo that because I'm not sure where it went. Yeah. So all the way. And over and over. And we're gonna continue it up here. One there. And there. And so on till we get to the top here. Okay. And now we need to tweak it just a little bit. Okay, we need to connect these points. I think this one is a bit in. Needs to be a bit out. Okay. And we're gonna do the same here. And this one's a bit out. Okay, and I think that's sharp enough. And now we're gonna have to move these in. This part is thin. Same here. And now we're gonna make a curve. Just like that. And that's okay. Now let's save our scene. And now comes another hard part, and that's drilling the hole for this screw here, which is basically, let's see, 12 sides should be okay, but I don't think I made it round enough, so I'm gonna set 5, 5. Okay. And now we're gonna do a solid drill. Just inside of it. We don't want it to go all the way. So we're gonna leave it go all the way for now. Let's just save. And go solid drill stencil. Okay. And now we're gonna delete these back edges that were created, because we don't want them. Okay. Let's see if we have any verts that don't belong. And it looks like we're clear on the back side. Now comes the problem. These two here need to be joined. So we're gonna do a join average. Actually, no. Actually, we need to drag weld this one to this one, and this one to this one. Okay. Let's see. We have here Okay. Can join average on those. Okay, and now we need to add a couple more edges just to make sure we have quads and not big n-gons. Although n-gons on a flat surface don't really make a difference unless you're planning to animate. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna try to connect up all these verts here. It's a bit of a trouble. You can delete the inside if it bothers you, or if it causes you I don't know if it disorients you. Let's just leave it like that. Okay, and we can drag this one here, and that one there. Let's see now. I think we have two verts here and not one. There we go. And this should create a quad. Oopsie. I have a problem here. I'm not sure right now what the problem is. So we have 4 verts here. We should have just 3. That was the problem. Okay. And I think if we connect that one there, that should be okay. Okay. Finally. Now we can extend this. Make sure it's set to automatic. And we can extend it in. Show you one thing we need to do before we can extend is we need to create a polygon and make a small row of polygons, and then we can delete. Actually, no. I think we can work without it. And we need to make sure it doesn't go all the way. Although technically it should go all the way, but since we're not going to see it, we shouldn't spend time drilling the hole on the other side. So we're just going to make it like this. Okay, I think that works. We're not going to see the inside anyway. And now we can probably use a P. Now we should hide everything and try to connect things up. Okay. And now, now we're gonna have to add a slight cut. Actually, we're gonna have to add a small row of polygons around our hole, just so we have a sharp edge. Okay. Doesn't need to be exact, but you should try and keep it equal on all sides. Okay, so you have that one like that. Okay. Okay. Just tweaking these points so the geometry flows correctly. And I think that's okay. Now we can select all this and just scale it on the z-axis to 0. Okay. And just like that. Okay. Now, now we're gonna have to add the bolt. It's not gonna be something complicated. It's gonna be something very simple, actually. I'm gonna bevel this in, delete, flip, and we're gonna make a polygon there. And just like that. That should be okay. Let's just check. And maybe this one can be a bit smaller in size and a bit in. Kind of like that. Or like that. Okay. Let's just leave it like that. Now, we're going to copy it. Actually, I think it's better to leave the bolt there for now. We're going to go duplicate mirror on the y-axis. And it turns out we're a bit too short. So we're going to move this up. On the y-axis. And we should be okay like that. Let's just check. Actually, before we do this, we should probably copy this over actually mirror it. Okay, mirror on the Y. Make sure you have the distance set to 1 millimeter, just so we know it gets welded. Again on the Y-axis. And it's 0. And I think the distance is a bit too much this time. So another way to do it, to do this, would be to copy and paste it and rotate it and rotate it 180 degrees. Actually, no. Sorry. Actually, mirror it and turn off merge verticals. Mirror it on the Y-axis till you reach your point. Okay, so I think that's okay. Minus 1.2 and 1.2, and now we're going to select these and hit bridge, and that should do it. Okay, and now we're going to mirror this. Make sure your action center is set to origin, and we're going to mirror this on the X. Same, but it appears that we forgot to delete some polygons here. Okay. Make sure you tick merge verts on. Looks like we have a problem here with some verts that didn't need to be here. Okay. And one more thing, just to be sure, we're going to select all of these. Actually, we forgot to delete stuff at the top here. Okay. Okay, and one more thing, just to be sure, we're gonna go here, vertex, set position 0 on the X, and now we're gonna mirror it, and it should be okay. Good. Now we can save our scene, and this is the end of this part, and I'll see you in the next part when we're gonna continue modeling this speaker.